I've received here is some classified documents about Honda Civic transmission removal procedures. We'll review these pages, but first I'm going to go bring the Civic over and show you guys what the issue is and why we have to go through these tough procedures. Welcome back everyone to Shitboxes 101, I suppose. We got a lot of them. I got about 4. And today, we're going to be tackling the brand new, slightly used, extremely broken Honda Civic Coupe manual. And mind you, okay, this bad boy right here, $1,500, okay? Absolute steal of a deal. I've only had to do the suspension, the engine, the transmission, the rear suspension, the interior. Today what we're tackling is, I already did my clutch, and it makes this noise. So after that, I'm like, well, shit. But now I've decided I'm finally going to tackle it with a list of instructions and tools needed so that anyone at home can follow along. And if you're looking for another source, PRQ made an amazing video, and that's how I got it out the first time, even though I am a registered mechanic's apprentice, okay? Professional. It's time to do some mechanics. Where the fuck was I? I don't even know. I don't even know what was going on, honestly. I mean, I guess let's do some mechanics and let's go through it and let's get it kind of, you know, pristine, nice, and show you guys the ropes if you need it, or, you know, we absolutely do it. So maybe we should go over the tool list one by one. I mean, pretty obvious. We'll just kind of do B-roll for that, I think, okay? Joshua Weissman type beat. B-roll. I buy the worst cars ever. Anywho. I think it's time to start working on the car before we're breaking more shit. Go bang. Oh. You pray nothing strips. That's so rounded. A good tool to have are these little extractor sockets. You can get. I'm just gonna go on here and just kind of bang, just like that. Quick connects are really easy, really helpful to take them out. So that one right there is connected to the transmission. It does something to do with the transmission. I don't know what. I'm not a mechanic or anything. Okay, just registered mechanic's apprentice. Quick connects. If they're not coming off, push it into the connection and then pull out, and just keep doing that. It'll come out eventually. These can be bitches. Easiest way to get out cotter pins is these bad boys. The slave cylinder comes off, it's just 2 bolts, and then you pull it off the clutch fork or whatever. Anyway, the bracket right here is for the line that goes onto the transmission. You're going to need that off so you don't pull the slave cylinder down with you when you take the tranny out, okay? Snap-on, come sponsor me, please, okay? Like, I'm literally repping out your merch, and like, I'm advertising so hard right now. Only the best use Snap-on, okay? That's why I use Mac. I'm kidding. I use Snap-on because I'm the best, okay? Or because I way overpay for my tools. Who knows? Who knows what it is? It's because I way overpay, okay? I'm $5,000 in debt to Snap-on. Ooh. Please come sponsor me so I can get out of debt. Thank you. Actually terrible, okay? Don't go into debt. I'm gonna do a series on finances, okay? How to be financially literate and how to trade stocks. That's coming at some point in the future when I figure it out. Where's my impact? Double trouble, baby. $700, okay? Good deal, good deal. Mac guy, that I still have to pay him. Fuck. It was terrible. And I had to weld my subframe because there was cracks in it. Anyway, went off the charts. This car's a piece of shit. I should just get to fixing it. Why am I yapping? Okay, you guys know. No one cares. So the last bolt is actually buried in here behind these hoses. That's just a pain in the ass to get to. I think a ratchet does its best. I don't know. Why is the wind so loud? God. Airbox sound, wiring harness, shifter bushing, shifter bracket, slave cylinder, step 5. Holy shit, guys! Drain transmission. You know what it's time for? It's time to lift this thing up. We've spent maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes already putting this thing up, and we're almost done. Like, this is easy, bro. Civics are Lego. Okay, this is like I think a baby could do this, honestly. So I just punched the subframe. You know, it looks good. This is like 2 weeks old. It's completely brand new, so we're just gonna reuse this. So we're gonna put it away for later. Okay, so now that our transmission is drained and the plug is popped back in because we don't want it dripping on us or the driveway, it's now time to take off those pesky ball joints and separate them from the control arms. Alright, so now that the right front ball joint's out, removing a bracket. That right there. This bracket is the bracket we're taking off. For down here, I'll show you. We got our gun right here, and the bolts right there, as y'all can see. And it's just not, it can't go. 17mm rationing wrench is gonna get us nice and good, nice and tight, okay? We're gonna need it for several things during this job, okay? If you don't have a set of rationing wrenches, go Canadian Tire, Harbor Freight, Princess Auto. I don't give a fuck. Snap-on, man, I don't care. Go to Snap-on, okay? Give me some promo, give me some sponsorship. Anyway, ratcheting wrenches. Go buy them. They'll be nice to you. They'll be good to you, okay? Sounds good. Thanks. See? Ratcheting wrench, okay? Watch how easy, how seamless, how elegant and demure this is, okay? Elegant, demure, okay? Oh my goodness, how long is this fucking threads? Holy schmolies, okay? I'm not elegant and demure, but the ratcheting wrench sure is. So we're gonna pretend the camera didn't just leave me. Really easy, really simple, okay? The ratcheting wrench, look at that. Nice and easy. You guys heard it, you guys saw it, Okay, so I got this axle out, and you can leave this mount in, it just slides out. This was the only thing I was worried about. Anyway, it comes out. If you're struggling with getting an axle out, just grab a pry bar and just jam it in here and wiggle it. I'll show you on the other side. And while you're over here, don't forget to unplug this quick connect at the back of your transmitter. Just like that, axle pops out real easy. Don't worry about damaging anything, you're probably not going to, so just pop it out and then reef on it. You can, grab the ball joint and pop it out, whatever the fuck makes you happy, honestly. For some reason you are following along at home, because you shouldn't be listening to me, honestly. I would recommend bungee cording up everything, just bungee everything, but your axles, just so they don't get in your way when you're pulling out the transmission. I'm not going to because I didn't last time and it went decently all right. But just bungee cord everything, okay? So our next step here, after we have the axles out, is to remove this little bracket from the steering rack to the subframe. And then we gotta disconnect the power steering lines. And there's another bracket right here, as you can see. You gotta remove, I think it's 4 bolts total, 5 maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, you gotta remove all those. And then after that, you drop the subframe and pull the tranny out. So we're like almost done, and it's only been a few hours. Just want to make it very obvious while I'm under here. If you are following along at home, make sure you remove all the bolts from the steering rack to the subframe, because I didn't the first time I did this, and I pulled my steering shaft right out of my steering wheel, and now it doesn't steer straight, okay? It's so messed up. So make sure all the bolts are out, okay? This one right here is the one that got me. You can see here, that bolt is fully separated, and my steering rack is no longer connected to my subframe. Yeah, boys, I think that's gonna be a wrap for the day. I think I might need a rain check. It's just slightly wet out here, and like, I don't really want to work in these conditions. Some might say monsoon. We're back from getting rained out, and we're getting the transmission out now. Okay, this should be a one-day project, but we had rain. So our next step here is to bungee cord up our steering rack, and then drop the subframe, and then take the bolts out of the bell housing. Then hold the transmission out and not drop it on ourselves, okay? That's the most important part. Don't drop the transmission on yourself, okay? Cord setup's relatively easy. Go around the inner tie rod, around the axle, and then around the shock. Repeat it for both sides. Also, if you have your car sitting out for any length of time, cover up your rotors just so that they don't rust. And then the setup in the middle of the rack under the car is pretty easy too. You just go under the rack and then onto the exhaust. Try and make sure you don't get any lines because, you don't want those to break. And make sure you have all your bolts removed because you don't want to pull out the steering shaft. I've done it. It sucks. My car does not drive straight. Now, our second last step is taking out the subframe, which is really easy. It's just 6 bolts. There's 2 that go on the bottom of both sides and then 1 on both sides that go into the frame. Take them off in an order that makes sense and then get something to help you lower it down so it doesn't just smash onto the ground because it's not fun and you're probably going to hurt yourself. And remember, safety first. That's why I'm wearing the safety vest. Starting off with these ones. So now that we have those 2 bolts out, the safest play is to take 1 out of the front and 1 out diagonal corner the back. We're gonna do diagonals, so that's still getting held up, okay? Safety number 1, science. You're also gonna need a jack or a friend or a jack stand or just some pure muscles, I don't know. Oh, shit. No. Not again. Forgot to undo a bolt. Oh, that's a subframe falling right on my chest. Woo! Ah! Oh my goodness.
Well, it looks like you're being nasty.
Oh. This kind of hurts. Like a lot. And we also got to keep in mind that we have to support the engine somehow, so I got 2 jack stands and a piece of wood, because when we do undo this mount, the engine is kind of just These are our last 2 bolts, and then you got this plate that I was talking about. So once you take those off, you can slowly lower your transmission and pull it out, and pray that you don't drop it on yourself or, hurt anybody else in the process. A 12 tooth 10 mil. So we'll see if we just strip these bolts or if they actually come out. I reckon it came out. Are you? This is so sketchy. I'm actually scared I'm gonna break everything right here. And then for this one, you just shoot yourself, because as you can see, it just doesn't fit. I think the last time I pulled this out, I full on just took the exhaust out. You're about to see what a true mechanic strength looks like, okay? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh! Boom, baby. Okay, no, that was actually so hard. It was ridiculous. Is that lefty loosey or righty tighty? I have no idea. That should be lefty loosey, right? Yeah. So that's now all the bolts removed. So now we can actually pull the transmission off of the engine block and get it out. Hopefully without dying. It's already started separating because I already had it out and it's not all gunked up. But I'm still gonna pry it more. So you just put the top there and then you use your bar on that spot. When you pull, boom. See how much room that just gave me? Now we gotta do it here, over here, and then up in the 2 top corners. You wanna try and have it come off evenly as possible, and then pull it out and start lowering it so that you can get past everything else. Doing this by yourself is really dangerous, but fuck it. So yeah, that's a good amount of separation. As soon as you can see the whole flywheel, you can pretty much just pull it out by hand. This is gonna be so sketchy. I'm actually scared for my life here. I'm also using the tiniest fucking pry bar I own, and I don't know why. It's a lot better with multiple people, I can say that for sure. So here's why you take out that mount from these 3, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna pull the tranny out. Hopefully it doesn't fall while I'm doing this. Another space you get stuck on is that bracket there, so I'd suggest taking it off like I'm about to do. Alright, so we got the transmission out. It does actually only take one person to get the transmission out. You know, a lot of fighting, but one-man job to get a tranny out of a Civic. Anyway, we're gonna listen to it really closely to really find out what the issue is. I'm gonna rip it apart at some point to like really find out, and then we'll replace it or fix it. So, but let's listen. Let's put on our listening ears now. Like, it just sounds like your instinct. So bad. I don't know what's in there. Maybe one of my gears is blown up. Well, I must say, I think I found the culprit in what was making all the noise in my transmission. Yikes. Let's clean it out and, oh man. Oh man, what is broken is my question, because that's a lot of metal shavings. Like, it's bad, man. Like, what is this? Between the mix of metal shavings, which I still don't know what it's off, because as you can see here, like, everything looks good. But if you listen to this bearing right here, we got the transmission fully apart now. Anyway, the problem we've solved, I haven't fucking solved yet, found, is a ball bearing from the main shafts. Little input there, and then the bearing that's fucked. This bearing is all right. Both bearings on the differential sound terrible, and I think that's about it. I think it's just bearings, honestly. And this was the biggest issue. I don't know if this thing is supposed to be open like this or if that's fucked. I have no idea. I'm gonna check the prices on everything and see if it's cheaper to rebuild this transmission or just buy a brand new one. And also, which is less of a hassle? I think low-key buying a new transmission might just be less hassle. All right, everyone. We've got our final decision on what we're doing with this R18 manual transmission. I'm going to be buying a new transmission for my Civic, so we got to wait until that ships and gets in before I put it back in. But stay posted for part 2. I'll be teaching you guys how to put a transmission back in a car. But we'll also be seeing if I drop a transmission on myself when trying to line it back up completely alone. I don't know if I can do it. I might end up in hospital. And if you've gotten to the point where your transmission is out and you have no idea what to do with it because you decided to follow along at home, I'm so sorry that you're going to have a delay. But if you do want to inspect it in a short period of time, I will have a video out going over the procedures and the tool list like we did with this one on how to get one of these transmissions apart and back together, hopefully, because as you can see it's apart. I have no idea if I can jam it all back in there. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, I'll see you in the next one. What do YouTubers do to do an outro on their video?
Whatever you want. I don't know.
You don't know? See what does Mr. Beast do for an outro?
Probably says subscribe to win $10 million.
Subscribe to win a free Lunchable. No, that's not what they're called. What are the Feastable lunches?
Lunchly?
Okay. Yeah, Lunchly. Alright, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, drop a like, turn on that notification bell, and remember... Fuck. If you did enjoy this video, I'll see you in the next one, and remember, subscribe for a free Lunchly. I still can't believe that's what they're called. That's ridiculous.